I know there's a lot of moving parts and it's right on hard. I heard that. I was surprised that I haven't heard that she's right now putting on something for the 4th of July or something. And I don't know if they have it or not, but I heard that would be like, yeah. Now, there was that. What was that?
Oh, wait, one more, sorry.
Wait for Jefferson now. Yeah, all right, at this time, I'd like to call the July 6th, 2023 regular meeting of the Common Council of the City of Plattsburgh to order. It is now 5:03 p.m. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Carly, the roll call.
Mayor Whitman.
Here.
Counselor Vaughn. Here. Counselor Kelly.
Here.
Counselor Gibb. Counselor Talon. Here. Counselor Bob. Here. Counselor Moore.
Here. Councilor Gibbs has been excused. All councilors have received a copy of the minutes of the June 15th, 2023 regular meeting. If there are no additions, deletions, or corrections, I'll now entertain a motion to the minutes as presented. Motion by Councilor Kelly, second. Councilor Vaughn, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. I'll now recognize those in the audience who wish to share their thoughts and concerns with the council on any topic. Please come to the podium to be acknowledged, and when called upon, we do ask that you please state your legal name and address for the record. There are no limits to the amount of times that anybody can come and speak to the council, so it's great to see you again. Senator Brody. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Steve Brody, 1B, 156 Union Street, Plaster, New York. First, positive. I want to say what a great job the contractor did this last month. We went out and cleaned windows for the stores, which is very nice and very progressive on his part. Second, I was hoping maybe we still would like to see the curbside parking for the Derby Street merchants. Just a small area so that they're designated area or actually a curbside parking so the business is going to be hampered or hurt by the business. And third, of course, my favorite subject, special service district for the federal property tax base income and service fee business. Did some more number crunching. This is an interesting one. You could increase the revenue for the city of Plattsburgh by almost $2.5 million and still wind up lowering taxes. I did discover that maybe some of the smaller low price properties may have an increase, but with a $2.5 million increase in revenue, we could create our own STAR program to help our elderly and still make more money.
Thanks, sir. Anybody else who wishes to address the council at any time? No? Okay. We'll now go into committee reports. Each standing committee is chaired by a councilor, and I'll call upon that chairperson of each committee, starting with City Operations, Councilor Talon.
Well, our next meeting was going to be on the 10th, but as been canceled, as we do not have any resolution going on that meeting, but just one of the great job with the 4th of July.
Yep. Thank you. No items on tonight's agenda for finance and community development. Our next meeting is next Thursday at 5 p.m. Public safety, I'm sorry, City Infrastructure Council together.
We had our last meeting on Monday, July 3rd, and we moved 5 items forward to tonight.
Thanks, sir. Public safety council down.
No items on the agenda tonight and nothing new to report, except that our next meeting is July 17th. So
Thank you. We'll now move on to liaison reports. Plattsburgh Public Library, Councilor Moore.
We have one new appointment that will be addressed tonight. The library board had another resignation. Well, they said it was a retirement, so weren't resignations, but they have been there for a while and they're getting around.
Thank you.
That's all we have.
Plattsburgh Municipal Lighting Department Councilor Gibbs is not here, but items 7.129 through 7.130 are on tonight's agenda for consideration. Climate Smart Task Force, Councilor Town.
Well, we decided to take a little bit of time off for the rest of the summer, so we're just going to kind of think about what we're going to be doing on that.
Great. And I know I'm meeting with Rochelle this month as well, even though you all are on hiatus.
Good to keep talking, keep those conversations good.
Mr. Scheller is not present. There are no special committee reports. I'll now report on the payroll for various departments in the city of Plattsburgh approved by the common council for the week ending June 28th, 2023, in the amount of $685,875.77. And I'll now also report on the bills audited by the common council for the weeks ending June 23rd, 2023, in the amount of $1,120,940.36. June 30th, 2023, in the amount of $2,208,649.98. And July 7th, 2023, in the amount of $1,107,856.11. Before voting on the following resolutions, I will note that the majority of these resolutions have been thoroughly discussed by the appropriate committees and department heads, and we're now taking action on these items in large part due to the recommendations of those committees. Ms. Carlin, will you please read the titles of the resolutions to be acted upon?
Item 7.126, authorized budget adjustments, general fund, building inspectors department and fire department.
Motion, Councilor Bob, second. Councilor Talon, discussion.
I just had I thought we had got a vote donated to us about a year ago, maybe a little more than that. I was wondering, is that not sufficient anymore, or is it no longer operational?
So that boat that was donated was, it was more like not a dinghy, but it was an inflatable. High-speed inflatable. This is more of a hard side boat that can do rescue, deeper water rescue, and then also address some of the concerns with the ferry. It's a beefier boat. For sorry.
Or it's a recreational vehicle.
I wouldn't say it was it was definitely a nice, only because I was part of the rescue training. It's a working boat, the one that they have, the one that was donated, but it's not something that could tie onto a bigger vessel and operate in 4-foot swell. And just to keep everybody apprised, the boat that had been spoken about at the last meeting became unavailable, so we're just preparing for the next time something does become available. This money, as noted here, is coming out of the contingency fund that is put aside for emergency purchases like this, or unplanned purchases like this. And so this is, it will not have any impact on the general fund.
Do you know what this leaves the contingency fund out at?
Last we checked, it was 220,000, so there's another 112,000 in there. Or math,
Right.
yes.
Around.
Any further discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Bond,
Yes.
Counselor Kelly,
Yes.
Counselor Talon.
Yes.
Counselor Bob,
Yes.
Counselor Moore.
Yes,
Carried.
Item 7.127, authorizing mayor to sign professional service agreement, in Clinton County Mental Health and Plattsburgh City Police Department.
Motion by Councilor Bob, second. Councilor Talon, discussion.
is this something we had in place before?
It is not something we had in place before. This is something that had come to the council some time ago, but it was still being developed. I believe, if I recall correctly, at the time we said it's not, the program itself is not quite ready, so we're not going to go into an agreement yet. But at this point, there has been, I think we've had 8 or 9 officers in our department go through crisis intervention training. And this agreement will allow for those officers to receive technology and equipment to perform that crisis intervention function.
Thanks.
Roll call. Oh, I'm sorry. Any further discussion? I'm sorry. Any further discussion? No. Roll call.
Counselor Bond,
Yes.
Counselor Kelly,
Yes.
Counselor Talon.
Yes.
Counselor Bob,
Yes.
Counselor Moore.
Yes,
Carried.
Item 7.128, authorized renewal of the city's property casualty and liability insurance coverage.
Motion. Councilor Bob, second by Councilor Kelly. Discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Bond,
Yes.
Counselor Kelly,
Yes.
Counselor Talon.
Yes.
Counselor Bob,
Yes.
Counselor Moore.
yes,
Carried.
Item 7.129, authorizing NOV to award bid.
Motion. Councilor Bob, second by Councilor Kelly. Discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Bond,
Yes.
Counselor Kelly,
Yes.
Counselor Talon.
Yes.
Counselor Bob.
Yes.
Counselor Moore.
yes,
Carried.
Item 7.130, authorizing MLB to write off unpaid final bills as required by the New York Department of Public Service Regulation.
Motion. Counselor Vaughn, second by Counselor Bob, discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Vaughn.
Yes.
Counselor Kelly.
Yes.
Counselor Talon.
Yes.
Counselor Bob.
Yes.
Counselor Moore.
yes,
Carried.
Item 7.131, authorize agreement, meet dam engineering assessment services.
Motion. Counselor Bob, second by Counselor Kelly, discussion.
So is this just kind of the standard typical fee for this?
Yep, standard fee. I don't remember what it was the last time this was signed, but it's an agreement that needs to be done every 10 years. And it's come due. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Vaughn.
Yes.
Counselor Kelly.
Yes.
Counselor Talon.
Yes.
Counselor Bob.
Yes.
Counselor Moore.
yes,
Carried.
Item 7.132, establish capital project H 8320.85, 2023, production well number 1.
Motion. Counselor Kelly, second. Counselor Moore, discussion.
well, I was just, and I know this is an out there question, but, when is it anticipated that this is maybe gonna go into, online?
I believe that the contract is going to be executed this year, and there's I believe that the anticipation is that it gets done before the end of the year. And it will tie into some of the existing transmission distribution water lines that are currently connecting the reservoir to the water treatment plant up here in Route 3. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Vaughn.
Yes.
Counselor Kelly.
Yeah.
Counselor Talon.
Yes.
Counselor Bob.
Yes.
Counselor Moore.
Yes,
Carried.
Item 7.133, award of drinking water system improvements, phase 1, well, PW-1, project contract 1E.
Motion. Counselor Kelly, second. Counselor Bob, discussion. The next two items are in conjunction with the item that was just approved. These are the two contracts that will perform the connection of the production well to the existing transmission distribution. One is an electric contract, this one here, which will do all the electrical work for the pump, for the well pump. And then the second one is the transmission lines that will make the connection between the two.
And they're included in that total.
Correct. Correct.
and there were the low bidders, these two.
Correct.
I thought I had read it.
Any further discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Vaughn.
Yes.
Counselor Kelly.
Yes.
Counselor Talon.
Yes.
Counselor Bob.
Yes.
Counselor Moore.
Yes,
Carried.
Item 7.134, award of drinking water system improvements, phase 1, well, PW-1, project contract 1G.
Motion by Counselor Kelly, second. Counselor Bob, discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Vaughn.
Yes.
Counselor Kelly.
Yeah.
Counselor Talon.
Yes.
Counselor Bob.
Yes.
Counselor Moore.
yes,
Carried.
Item 7.135, authorized budget adjustment sewer and debt service fund.
Motion. Counselor Bob, second by Counselor Vaughn, discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Vaughn.
Yes.
Counselor Kelly.
Yes.
Counselor Talon. Yes. Counselor Bob.
Yes.
Counselor Moore.
yes,
Carried.
Item 7.136, authorized mayor to attend mayor's innovation project summer meeting.
Motion, Counselor Bob, second. Counselor Talon, discussion.
Yeah, I'm just curious what this is about.
Yeah, sure. I was-
You do it.
Yeah, thank you.
We all-
Yeah, no, fair enough. I was invited to attend an innovation project for mayors out in Scranton. As a member of NICOM, obviously, it's a good opportunity to go out, understand what other communities are doing and bring some of that information back. The cost is coming out of the contract budget from the mayor's office, so it is budget neutral. It's not expending more money out of the general fund. And then a number of those fees were waived because of the membership of NICOM and because it's the first time attending for the city of Plattsburgh to this conference.
was it a national group?
I believe it is a national group that's meeting now in Scranton.
Great.
To that point, separate from this as well, speaking of conferences, counselors, we do have a line item to attend conferences. It is very, I encourage you highly to attend the conferences, especially the ones put on by NICOM. The next NICOM conference is the fall school, which deals a lot heavily with finance, financial management, and municipal, Casey, you should be interested in that one too, but the municipal, budget management, I'll send the information out and I do invite you all to attend. It's in Lake Placid, so it's a nice drive over if you want to spend a day or half day coming back and forth, so I'll send that information over. Moving call to question 7.136, all in favor? Any opposed? Carried.
Item 7.137, mayoral appointments.
Motion by Talon, Councilor Talon, motion by Councilor Pop, or second by Councilor Pop, all in favor? Any opposed? Carried.
Notice of public hearing.
Notice of public hearing, the city of Plattsburgh will hold a public hearing at 5 p.m. on Thursday, July 20th, 2023 in the Common Council Chambers, 41 City Hall, Place, Plattsburgh, New York, to provide an opportunity for public comment on a grant application the city intends to submit under the Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, Public Infrastructure Program in support of a water transmission main replacement project. The city intends to request $1 million in grant funding, and there is no required local match under this program. A requirement of the grant application is that a public hearing is held prior to the application submission to hear comment from the public. Before that does go out, information will be again provided to council and also be made public. There is no item for executive session tonight. Is there any new business to come before the council?
I have a couple things.
Yes, please.
I have a couple constituents that reached out, and one of them showed some concern with the Terry Gordon bike path. Mowing it, it's overgrown.
You got the
It
mess.
looks
Yeah.
kind of, I walked it before I came to see, and it's a little, you know.
We need to get the message, and you know, we send a work order over and they can take away when
Also, I had somebody reach out about the shrubs and things around Route 22 from like Wall Street to like where that, like the grocery store is on the side. I mean, I'm, it's a walkway issue, so I'm not really, you know.
Is it on the walk? Is it something that's covering the walkway?
Yeah, I looked at it again, I looked at it several times, because, and it's not, it forced me to walk a little further out the road than you should.
Understood, yeah.
So maybe just if we could push it back.
Okay. Okay, I'll address it with the building inspector. Building inspector can go on, take a look, and then
Okay.
we'll figure out who's responsible.
You know, that's all I have.
Thank you. Any other new business come from the council?
Well, just to piggyback onto that, since it is the season for rapidly growing shrubbery and trees. Is, you know, just to recap for the public's benefit, the best policy when they encounter things like that is to reach out to the building inspector's
Yes.
office, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then they'll put the work.
And if council recalls,
Right.
council has called the public recall, the building inspector does provide a tree report every year. With a number of problematic trees, because it is the growing season. The other thing is, and this is something I've been working internally on, with our departments, is when folks are driving around. A lot of these trees are hanging over stop signs, and that obviously becomes problematic. when people
There's
are
a lot.
driving through and you don't see it. So if you do see something, just let us know and we'll make a note of it and send folks out to cut it back. Okay, private and public trees. So,
Yeah.
Thank you.
please.
I have something, so going back, everybody had a really nice 4th of July, just, you know, just some of us really enjoyed just going to the festivities, watching the fireworks, and, this is the time to remind people that there are some people that, just they don't like fireworks because it really triggers some very bad post-traumatic stress disorder in them. Some of our soldiers who have served bravely for our country, and just, they cannot deal with fireworks going on. So, it's one thing for, you know, to have a scheduled show where, you know, we can inform them exactly when things are going to start and when they're going to stop. So, that's something, you know, just, we always have to make sure we make every effort to do. But now I want to talk about, it's the ones that just catch you by surprise, the ones that are being lit off after the big show is going on, the ones that are being lit off all over the city. I was walking from downtown and I saw a couple of displays going off. I think it was behind St. Peter's Church. And it was close to 11 o'clock at night, so, this is an issue I think that we need to start having a conversation on, how do we enforce, people to stop doing this at all hours of the night. I know people want to have a good time, but there are quieter ways to have a good time. So we need to have the discussion.
This has come up before, and if you recall last year, we talked about the fireworks banning. There are laws in the books right now enforceable in New York State. What we will do, what we'll do is we'll just send that information back at council and then also do a public service announcement on all of our channels and put on a proper press release and say, look, here's the law, please follow the law.
It's gonna continue for the next week.
And that's a challenge,
Their
right?
fireworks.
Yeah, and that's a challenge, and if you do see something, you just gotta, I know oftentimes people, residents will go straight to their council. Great, do that, please continue to do that, but if it's an emergency or if it's an urgent complaint, there's a telephone game happening about it going to the council and then coming to my office and going to someone else. Calling non-emergency line for PD or for fire or somebody that can respond immediately in those situations. Fires as well, bonfires that are legal, fireworks that are illegal. So,
Yeah, they certainly happen way more than just around the 4th. I know in
Yes.
5 all the time, so we want to make sure to revisit.
Right
it.
before, you've got the week before, the minute those fireworks going,
Yeah.
go on sale, they
Yeah.
start.
I cannot imagine what some of these people are going, it's like, one of my friends, he served as either in Iraq or Afghanistan, he has to have like noise canceling headphones on, just he cannot look out the window, he has to be completely removed from the situation, and it just breaks my heart, that there's more people out there like him, so we really need to, try to think about them a little bit more, and maybe that backyard fire thing, that wasn't the right battle for some, maybe this is more of the battle that we should be looking into. And also, one more thing, I was also pointed out that, some cities are in fact using drones and lasers instead of fire, I don't see Plattsburgh is ever good, but it's something, just something to just, maybe look into like costs.
Yeah.
And that's
Thank you.
Just to comment on what you said, Jennifer, Councilor Talon, that went on till about 2 AM.
Yeah.
Because kept waking us up.
Happened to me, happened over.
And then, just a reminder, that created a very serious hedge fire down by the other monument.
Yes, it did.
I know, years ago.
They lost that.
So, it's not all in good form.
I have one more thing to just bring up, just a reminder to everybody that this Saturday, we have a very exciting event. We've got a concert on the beach, so come please see Haley in the water performing Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. It's gonna be a really great time and a very special event, so come out and support.
Great, and my final thing is thanks for everybody who participated this week, all the volunteers, DPW, as well, they were out here all day long, city PD, city fire, really kept everybody safe, and I'm always impressed coming downtown after the 4th of July parade, after we have thousands of people on our street, and it looks like nobody was here. It's all clean, it's pristine, and it's nice to feel really picnic downtown, so I appreciate it. Any new business? With none, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Councilor Bond, second by Councilor Bach. We're adjourned. Thanks, folks.